We started? Therefore it says that there are no commandments after a person dies. His soul goes to heaven, no commandments up there. Because in Gan Eden, when a person goes up to heaven, there is no free will. There's no evil impulse. There's no doing tshuva. There's no fixing up. And the whole idea of the commandments is in order to fix up a person and attach him more to the Creator, the source of life. Therefore, okay, Herschel, maybe Achinuch, the Sefer Achinuch, brings that the 6 cities of refuge, that is the sign for the 6 constant commandments. Because the 6 cities of refuge, they fix up someone who kills someone else by accident. Good? Working? Lefi, because shekalolos are mitzvahs, because all of the commandments are in order to fix up this advice of the snake that brought death and sin, the source of all sin, which that's brought into the world. Because one who clings to God, Asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav. What does kirishanu mean? He made holy, but kirishanu also means to get married. Kirishanu means to get married. Kiddushin. That God marries us, He unifies Himself with us by means of the commandments. What is a sin? Sin means separating yourself from godliness. This is the same thing as death. Shezeu maka nefesh. This is what is called one who kills somebody. Namely what? You kill someone by accident. Namely you're killing yourself. Ein adam over avera. And you do it by accident, because a person cannot kill the godliness inside of himself unless he goes crazy. It has to be by accident. No Jew can do a sin unless he's totally ignorant that he's a Jew, or totally ignorant that it's a sin, or he knows that it's a sin and he knows he's a Jew, but he goes crazy. Huh? Just goes berserk. If you want to call it AWOL. Duty free. He says, I have no duty. I do what I want. Sha'ari Yehudi eno yochal ve'eno rotza liot nifed melakus. Because no Jew, in that he is a Jew, can be separate from God. How do you know? Tell the Jew you're not a Jew. You're not a good Jew. He gets mad, he's angry. What does he care? He doesn't do any commandments, doesn't keep Shabbos. He's a Reconstructionist rabbi or something like that.
Tell a Jew that you're not a Jew?
What? If he really is a Jew, right? You say, you're not a good Jew, you're not a Jew. I remember there was once, not important who, there was one of the politicians in Israel. At that time he was the prime minister, and he didn't have any connection with Torah and the commandments and Shabbos and everything. Maybe he ate kosher food, could be, I mean. But anyway, externally, you couldn't see any connection he had with any commandments or anything whatsoever. And somebody said about him that he's not a good Jew. The person who said it was no more religious than he was. But he said they got it by one of these. They have these long, distance microphones, directional microphones. So they caught this guy saying to somebody else, he's not a good Jew. Anyway, the details are not important, but the person that was totally non-religious, that he said it about, right, that he said was not a good Jew, that person got tremendously angry, and he was yelling, how can you say I'm not a Jew? Who are you to say I was a Jew? That shows that a Jew cannot be separate from God. By a Jew, it is very, very important to a Jew to be a Jew. And it doesn't translate that to have any connection with God, but that in fact is what it is. Therefore, for a Jew to separate from God, it's always by an accident. And that's the idea of the 6 cities of refuge. And the 6 constant commandments, it must be that these 6 constant commandments come to fix up a constant sin. What is the constant sin? The source of all sin, which is the advice of the snake, death. So it comes to fix this constant up, and that's the city of refuge. A city of refuge is when a person kills someone by accident. You know, a Jew, every time he does a sin, that's killing the godliness inside of him, and it's always done by accident. In order to fix up this advice of the snake by means of the commandments, are these 6 commandments. These are the main commandments. These 6 commandments are the main commandments. Just think about it 1 second. What are these commandments? Loving God is the source of all the positive commandments. Fearing God is the source of all the negative commandments. Why does a person put on tefillin? Why does a person put a mezuzah on his door? Why does he do? Because he loves God. He wants to express his love for God. That's what it's supposed to be. Because he wants to express his love for God, so therefore he puts on tefillin, he puts on tzitzis, and he does the commandments. Because he wants to express his love. Because a person has fear or awe of God, therefore he refrains from eating not kosher food and from saying not kosher things and from stealing and from lying and this, because he's in awe of the Creator. He doesn't want to do anything against the Creator. And because he has belief in the Creator, so therefore he does the commandments. And because he doesn't believe in anything else, therefore he's not going to turn away from the commandments. And the same thing about turning after your eyes and your heart and unifying God. So these are really the source, the underlying foundation of the commandments, the attitude, v'hu inyan ari mikla. That's the whole idea of the cities of refuge. Sheitkinu, that they fixed up this al yadam nas shama. This is the idea of running there, escaping. Sha'al yadei zeh, that by means of going into these 6 commandments is like going into the 6 cities of refuge, loving God and having fear of God. By means of that, a person can escape the avenger. Who is the avenger? The same one that made you do the sins in the first place. The avenger is the same Yetzer Hora that says, want to feel good? Want to have a good time? Come with me, I'll show you a really good time. I'm your friend. And then once you do it, he says, okay, I'm counting to 10, say Shema Yisrael. So I thought you were my friend. No. I was your friend. And now I am the angel of death. But you have to try me first. I wasn't guilty. Oh, I already tried you. I'm the judge. I judged you. I found you guilty. Remember, I was there with you the whole time. I saw everything you did. That's right. Judge, jury, and executioner. And after that, Hu Yetzer Hora, Sha'achar Kach, afterwards, I think this means Rotzeh. Liot Goel Adam. And after this, he wants to be the avenger. Right? Puts a gun in your hand. Says, point at that guy, kill that person. He kills him. Says, you just killed my brother. What'd you do that for? So you told me to do it. You gave me the gun. You didn't have to do it. You did it on your own. Right? But you told me this was an evil man. This was bin Laden. That's what you told me. It's too late now. You should check that out. So it ends up that the Yetzer Hora convinces you to do sins, gives you false information, right? Do this thing and you're going to be complete. This is the meaning of life. Right? Like Alice in Wonderland.
And then dumbfounds you.
Take me, eat me, drink me, watch me, try me. The person does it, says, wow, this is really great. All of a sudden he loses his whole, becomes an animal. Fantastic. Al Yadei Nos Shama, by means of running into the cities of refuge. What are you going to do? How can you escape from yourself? Run to the cities of refuge. Love of God, fear of God, believing in God. Don't believe in anything else. Don't go after your eyes and your heart. And unify God. Everything in the world belongs to the Creator. It's a miracle. Yesh lo zman lasot tshuva. Then if you go into these things, you'll be a little bit of respite, a little bit of a break from your evil impulse. You can do tshuva. Umagio umamshich minose avon v'over al pesha. You can connect yourself to the one who bears all sins and ignores all transgressions. Liot lamaila mikal hischalkos, that you can be above all distinctions, all, separation. So anyways, let's make a short resume over here. This week's portion talks about the 6 cities of refuge. The book called the Sefer HaChinuch says there's 6 constant commandments, which I told you, and he says, how can you remember that there's 6? By the idea of the 6 cities of refuge. Says the Rebbe, why did you use the 6 cities of refuge? That's a bad thing. Mention something good. He says, because the commandments come to keep you away from a bad thing. And they come to fix up a bad thing. What's the bad thing? Death. The opposite of life. And death in a small way is doing sins. They separate you from the Creator. How can you get away from it? Who separates you? Your own selfishness. That's called the advice of the snake. What can you do? Run into the cities of refuge. 6 constant commandments. Love God, fear God, believe in God. Don't believe in anything else. Don't run after your eyes and your heart. Unify God. Everything in the world is a miracle. Use it to serve the Creator. And that will be a city of refuge that will protect you from the evil avenger. As we'll learn, God willing, more tomorrow.